So I'm not going to complain about the heat because I do that constantly, but it's going to be like 100 degrees again this week. Anyways, I haven't been doing a whole lot the last few days. I did decide though that I do need to get going on the plumbing in this bus. Now, the bathroom is built into the chassis. That's been working since since I moved the bus, and I've been staying where I'm at now. So that's taken care of. But as far as like the kitchen sink and the shower and all that, that still needs to be hooked up. So I went ahead and ordered some stuff, and I realized even though it's hot out, I can go out there for a few minutes at a time. I need to do a lot of planning and looking at stuff. So anyways, we're just going to preliminarily, is that a word? Anyways, we're going to look at some of that right off. I'll explain it later on. But then I wound up spilling coffee into my keyboard. You may have seen me post on Twitter about that and completely destroyed it. So had to go buy a new one, and then that one was garbage. So we go to Goodwill and find yet another keyboard. Now I have stacks of these things everywhere. And then I think there's some other stuff in this video too. I don't remember exactly what, but anyways, here you go. Enjoy. All right, it is extremely windy out here today. So we are using the GoPro with the medium mod case on the windscreen. Hopefully that helps. Oop, forgot that's spring loaded. Okay, so plumbing, right? I don't know if those giant grasshoppers trying to jump up into my lap. I don't recall if I've showed much of this, and the lighting here is extremely harsh, but here's our two tanks. They are 65 gallons each. We're going to use this as the freshwater tank and this as the gray water tank. I started thinking to myself, 65 gallons is like, what, 500-600 pounds of water? And I was thinking, I'm gonna have 1,100 pounds back here. I wonder if the floor is rated for that. But then I realized only one of these is going to be full at a time, because this will drain and go through sinks and showers and stuff, and then go back into here. So at any given time, we're only gonna have a maximum of 65 gallons in here. So yeah. Anyways, I started finally, I probably shouldn't have stuff sitting on top of that. Whatever. In an effort to force myself to get going, I went ahead and bought some fittings. I've got some of this 5/8, what is this? It's like a weaved, high pressure, super flexible hose. These tanks are going to get pushed back just a little bit further, but the reason I'm using this is I have no idea what I'm doing, in the sense that I don't know what my plans. Let me back up, this lighting is terrible. So I have no idea what I'm doing in regards to the layout. I know how to do plumbing stuff, but I'm fairly certain that I'm going to get a lot of this set up and then realize I need to change a bunch of stuff. So we're going to go with the flexible tubing for now, and that will make making changes or modifications as necessary a lot easier. But what we're going to be doing, should probably do something with that rust there. By the way, this is the alternator regulator for the engine. In these buses, they mount them inside one of the luggage bays. What we're going to do is we're going to push these tanks back probably 2 feet, and then we're going to have the SureFlow pump and the water heater and a bunch of other stuff down here in this area. I want to keep these tanks biased to this side of the bus, because inside here, most of our weight is on the passenger side. So I want to bias some of that towards this direction. Yeah. So anyways, I went ahead and bought some parts just to kind of get started. It's a lot of looking at stuff and trying things and trying to figure out the best way to do all this. So yeah, I figured just buying a few things will at least get me going, because if I have parts laying around, I'm not going to sit here and not install them. So that's my process. And also, it's not going to be summer forever, and it's going to start raining at some point. So I figured it'd be good to get this done before the rain sets in. These things are kind of cool though. They have 4 fittings on them. 2 of them are these 1/2-inch NPT pipe thread, one here and one here, and then it's got 2 of these 1.5-inch ones, but these are sealed. There's already threads in here, but they leave both of these sealed in case you don't need them. So what I'll probably do on this one, since this is going to be the drain or the gray water tank, you just use a knife to cut out this little membrane, and then you can thread your fittings in there. And then on this one, we're only gonna need a vent or a fill. Like I said, I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, but we're gonna need a fill, maybe a drain, and a vent line. So I think between these two holes we should be good. But anyways, plumbing has begun. Yay. Just realizing I've never actually washed this bus. I suppose I should probably get a one of those like RV long wash brush things. Oh man, it's windy. Maybe I'll find something and stick it on the Amazon wish list. Not a super huge priority at the moment, but as far as like corrosion prevention and all that good stuff, it'd probably be a good idea to wash this thing or something every so often. And by the way, I have added a whole bunch of the plumbing fittings and other parts and things like that. Man, the sunlight makes the lighting really hard to deal with. But yeah, I've added a bunch of the plumbing parts and some tubing and a bunch of other fairly inexpensive stuff to the Amazon wish list. So if anyone feels like they want to contribute, I just keep that running because, I mean, obviously it helps when people like to buy stuff, but you know, it allows people to participate in the project, I guess, if nothing else. Okay, I got to get this door closed. It's really windy. I've got these straps set up here to keep the door from overextending, but yeah, it's windy. Okay, we have some stuff that's been delivered. One of them is from the Amazon wish list, and another one is from someone that sent me some, well, stuff. Let's see exactly what we have. Wow, this box is actually wrapped in brown paper. I don't know if I've seen that done in a long time. Oh, and we've got the accept no other battery charger. I feel like this might be the box that the Dolphin charger comes in, if you're familiar with that. If I manage to find a photo of it, I'll put it on the screen. Let's see, how does this open? Ooh, coffee. Okay, so, okay, that smells amazing. Chocolate cherry, Bailey's coffee. The perfect marriage of Bailey's chocolate cherry flavor with the finest 100% Arabica coffee. Go ahead, treat yourself to a uniquely flavorful coffee that will awaken your senses. Okay, so this is a light roast. Typically, cold brewing a light roast results in weirdness, but this is also flavored. We might have to do some experimentation, which actually will be made easier by this other box. Oh, we got some more coffee. Mr. Boo's signature breakfast blend. Oh, look, it's a doggy. Awesome. It's got an expiration date on it, so you know it's good. And it's handwritten in Sharpie. And then we have Merlin's coffee. This looks like a small custom bag here. All right, what else we got in here? Oh, secret contraband. I'm not showing you guys that. Well, thank you for the coffee and the other stuff. Next up, I'm pretty sure... Hang on, I'm too close to the desk. There we go. Someone bought this from the gift list, and I'm never sure if people want me to say their names or not, so we'll just open it and I'll show you what it is and see what the note says. Oh, there's a box in this box. Oh, there's the notes. So we're going to be using this a little bit off-label, actually. This is a pour-over coffee brewer thing, but I think what I'm going to do, yeah, so we've got a permanent filter basket here. So the way I've been handling cold brew right now is, oh here, let me grab it. So I've been using this here thing, which has like a giant ball jar and like a conical filter inside of it. It claimed it was a cold brewer, but then I realized this is a tea infuser. Anyways, this mesh is not superbly fine, so you end up with a lot more coffee grounds in your coffee than expected. And actually, I use this backwards. This thing is not big enough to hold enough coffee to cold brew this amount of coffee. So I fill this halfway with coffee, then jam this down in there, and then I brew it that way, and I use this thing as a filter when I pour it out. But, hence the pour over thing, this does not provide enough filtration when pouring it. So this guy here, with its fine mesh filter, is going to be used, ooh, and it survived, is going to be used as secondary filtering. See? Huh? Look at that. We've got a nice Nice glass thing. It's got a rubber thingy on the bottom, some sort of wooden looking handle, and this just goes plonk, right like that. So this is going to be our secondary filter for the cold brew rig. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to test a small batch of this chocolate cherry stuff, which smells amazing. I'm glad my nose is working right now. With the TBI and all the head trauma I've had, my nose is somewhat intermittent. But yes, thank you for the 36 ounce pour over thingy, which we're going to be using off label as a strainer, I believe. Well, that's all the stuff we have for now. I just shut off the air conditioner for the day, but I haven't opened the hatches yet, so the temperature has skyrocketed in here. I gotta go fix that real quick. So while I was going through everything and cleaning stuff off, or cleaning stuff out, I came across this little cover that's supposed to go over our grid feed and outputs on the inverter there. So I think what we're gonna do is install this real quick. I just wanted to interject here real quick. By the way, ignore my face. I spent the last 15 minutes sneezing because, well, I dumped the vacuum cleaner and all the garbage on my face. Anyways, so installing this little cover seems insignificant, and you're probably wondering why I put it in the video. Well, obviously I have a lot more energy, or probably push myself harder than I should, but sometimes you feel like you're not getting anything done and you're super ineffective or something. So I found that little cover and I was like, let's install this. And then it feels a little bit more like I got something done or completed some sort of task. I don't know if that makes any sense, but anyways, I just wanted to include it in the video. And again, this, I don't know if I said it or not, but this whole video is just kind of like, I feel like I've done nothing over the last like week or a few days or however long it's been. So I don't know. If you're feeling that way, that's a normal thing, I guess. Just find some random thing, some small insignificant task, and when you're done with it, you can be like, yes, I did something. Anyways, back to the video. So to do that, I just need a Phillips screwdriver. So you gotta tilt this chair down a little bit. There we go. And then we are going to shut down everything here for a minute. So we'll kill our output here. There we go. And then we can open up our battery connections just to make sure that's good. And then it looks like we've got 2 screw holes there. I got a stubby screwdriver because I imagine all this stuff is going to be in the way. And I believe this just goes over there like that. So, un momento. All right, we have our little protective cover installed. I am noticing though that this metal edge is kind of close to our output feed wires here. It's not like actually touching it, but since this is mounted in a vehicle and is subject to vibration, I'm probably going to grab some little pieces of tubing and put them over that just so we're not rubbing holes and things. But anyways, I think we should be good to go here. So let's go ahead and fire everything back up. Okay, looks like we're good to go. All right, cool. That's just one of those things that I focus. That's just one of those things I happen to see and figured it probably wouldn't hurt to have it on there. So, yay. Yeah, I may have ruined my other keyboard. Actually, hang on here. Okay, this is the style of Logitech keyboard I've been using for a while now. It's a very thin, low-profile one. Happens to have solar panels on it. It's got all the shortcut keys. They make a Mac version and they make a PC version. This is the PC version. The way my hands are, I'm not able to use like my Red Dragon gaming keyboard because the key travel is too much. And these work pretty good because instead of using my fingers, I kind of use my wrist to type. I move my fingers around and basically type like this. So having to actually do this wears out my hands very quickly. Spilled a bunch of coffee on this thing, and the way this thing's constructed, it is a membrane switch keyboard, but when you pull the keycaps off, they are sealed under a plastic layer, and then there's a flexible PCB under that. And there are screws. You can take this thing apart. Oh, how much did I pay for this? 10 bucks. Actually, I think I bought this in a video a while back. Anyways, used some alcohol, the air compressor. Thought I cleaned everything out, but this thing is done for. And to get these apart takes a lot of work, and then there's still like a 70% chance you're going to damage everything. I had to have a keyboard today because there was a meeting I had to do. So I went to the closest Goodwill and I got this thing. It was 7 bucks. It's compatible with the Logitech unifying stuff that I use. But look at this thing. It's wavy in 2 different directions. It goes up and down here, and then the whole thing swirls around this way. And the keys are like super crappy, and the spacebar makes a ton of noise and it gets jammed. It's got a media center button, if that tells you anything about how old this is. Anyways, we are now going to go to as many Goodwills as it takes to find a suitable replacement for this. Typically, Goodwills are flush with wireless Logitech keyboards. The one that I went to earlier only had this one, and it was like, I need a keyboard now. Oh well. So anyways, we're gonna go hit up some Goodwills and see what we can find. Yay! Oh, and by the way, the need for a keyboard overrides my current hatred for Goodwill. So we're just gonna have to suck it up and give those space cowboys some money, I guess. So over the years, Logitech made a whole bunch of really crazy, interesting, and cool keyboards. The current ones they sell, while being ungodly expensive, are also not nearly the same level of awesome as the older ones were. Hence me finding most of my keyboards and stuff at Goodwill. I don't want to spend a bunch of money on something that I don't really like. So spending 7 or 10 bucks on random keyboards here and there. Oh great, a fly just went in there. It's kind of where we're at for right now. So anyways, join me on this voyage. I'm really hoping that this will be super anticlimactic, and the next Goodwill we go to will just have stacks and stacks of Logitech keyboards, and we won't have to go all over the place. But anyways, I probably jinxed it saying that. Let's head to the first one and see what we find. Well, among this place being a cluster, they only had 3 keyboards, and they were all wired. And as per usual, all of the disabled parking is unavailable or blocked, so I've just taken to parking behind the stores, because why not? And then there were trains. Okay, not one of the most pleasant experiences ever, but check it out. I got one of these keyboards that I love. It's a little bit chunkier, but it has the membrane keys. And as a bonus, it actually came with the it came with the unifying receiver. Now I have a bunch of these, but people don't realize that that's where that goes. And somehow this thing made it through Goodwill production and onto the shelf for $5 with that little transceiver. So hopefully this thing works. And also I got some large format passport wallet thing. Oh man, the store was crowded. It's my fault for going out on a Sunday, but it's obnoxious when you hear audible sighs from people when you say, excuse me, I'd like to get around you, and they get all grumpy and stuff. Yeah. And then the security guard here, for some reason, as I was leaving, didn't want to move. And I'm like, dude, you have to get out of the doorway. There's not enough room for my tires and your foot. And he wanted to, like, argue about it. It's like, dude, we don't need to bust out the tape measure. Just take a half a step back, and we can both go about our days. Anyways, we got a keyboard, though. I'm happy about that. Hopefully it works. Usually these things either work or they don't. And usually they work, so. Okay, let's harvest the batteries from this thing. Now with Logitech keyboards, you want to look for this symbol right here. In the past, they had their own individual receivers, but the unifying thing makes them compatible with, uh-oh, got a wee bit of corrosion there. Anyways, it makes them compatible. We'll just do one of these. Makes them compatible with anything that has that symbol on it. Okay, let's see if this thing powers up. Wait, does it? Oh, it does. Okay, sweet, it works. Oh, actually, in that process, the pairing app has already worked. So, let's see here. Yep, we got words on the screen. Confirm, yes. And boom, there we go. Now we have a keyboard with volume controls on it. Yeah. And play and pause. I don't know if that works. I think
that would be illegal.
Hey, it does. It's William Osmond's podcast.
Oh, yeah. People would like drink a bunch of them and die.
All right, cool. We have a new keyboard. Sweet. Oh, and there we go. Whoops. Try that again. All right, keyboard. I actually have another one of these somewhere. Haven't seen it in a while. It's probably in the warehouse, but anyways. Guess now, did I bother taking this back to Goodwill? It was $7. I guess I'll throw it in the van, and if I happen to be near one, I'll return it. Sweet. Keyboard. Going on over here. See ya. Ooh, cranes and stuff. Huh? Yeah. Isn't that interesting? It's like a giant space heater made of building. Wait. Fresh makers, market your weekly treat. Huh. Apparently hipsters bought this building. All right, let's see if it's cooled off enough now that the hatch will work. Oh yeah, we're good. When it gets too hot outside, the power liftgate ceases to function. Yes, I needed Allen wrenches at the bar. It cooled off, now it works. All right, let's see if the ramp will work this time. Let's try that again. It's probably because the back's at such an angle. There we go. We'll get caught on this metal grate. Oh yeah. Thanks to the airbags. It was horrible looking.
Oh my god.
See, it looks fine. Actually, no, it still looks like garbage on here.
I thought you were kidding.
No, it doesn't look like that. Like, look at it on the camera. See how terrible that is? And it doesn't look like that. See how many wheelchairs we can fit in here.
I just foiled
Uh-oh.
home.
Gotta back out and do it again.
I forgot what I was doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you have to hug this side and then come in and try to turn or something. Wait, can I turn this way a little more?
You're good.
Okay. There's now my wheels sticking out more.
He needs feet.
I know. Okay, so I guess I was pretty bad at filming all that, but I just went and picked up a friend and we went to that Wheel Connect thing downtown. We do it once a month here in Portland. It's with the Organ Spinal Cord Injury Group or something. I forget their name. I'll put a link down below for them. But yeah, anyways, always fun to go hang out with people. I think we're back to meeting at the Lucky Lab down on Quimby Street or something like that. I don't know. They post the updates on Facebook, which I don't use, so I have to rely on text messages. But yeah, it's always fun to go hang out with people and all that stuff. So anyways, I think that's about all for this video, assuming I'm putting this at the end. Yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys in a couple days. Thanks for watching.